record. Lainey. Hi.
Okay, here's where it all began. Follow me for a little tour of history. On the corner of 2nd and Cherry, one family known as the D'Alessandro family have been reported living on the corner of 2nd and Cherry. Now you can take a look at the houses at the corner of 2nd and Cherry, cameraman, before I fire you. It was reported in the papers that the D'Alessandro family lived on the corner of 2nd and Cherry. We're not sure which corner, and we're not absolutely certain where, but most of the reports are 2nd and Cherry. This is the corner of 2nd and Cherry. That's the corner of 2nd and Cherry. This is Cherry Street that we're panning down quickly. Okay. That's Cherry Street. We're on 2nd looking towards 3rd. And Marcello and Rosa progressed from 2nd. They were seen between 3rd and 4th on Cherry on their way to the railroad. We'll be walking down Cherry. We're here at showing the, I guess you call it a row house at 229 Cherry. We're showing the backyard. If this is where Marcello lived, this is where the little Rosie D'Alessandro was in the backyard when she caught fire and died. Her mother was upstairs, or out of the house, is the story. And Rosie was in the backyard playing over a fire with her brothers. Her dress caught on fire, and by the time they extinguished it, she died. Okay, now we're looking at 229 and 231. These houses have obviously been probably redone, but this is where we think, and once again we're not sure exactly, but D'Alessandro lived, Urala lived, and people were moving in and out of homes. But the families kind of all stayed together until they got settled, and then they moved either next door or down the street or into a house that didn't have so many people. But there were quite a few people living in this home. And we think that this is the house because across the street is 232 Cherry, where one of the people in the affidavit said that they lived across the street from the family. So it's hard to know. And now we're looking down towards 3rd Avenue on Cherry Street. So word has it that they walked down Cherry with Marcello having a suitcase, Rosa beside them, seeing neighbors all along the street on their way to the railroad. On the way to the railroad track, to hop on a train to go to places unknown to the people in Vineland. Okay, let's get the map off here. Thank you. Okay, so they were walking down the street, leaving town, traveling for, I'd say, about 4 blocks. This is 3rd and Cherry. They were seen headed east towards the railroad tracks, the documents say. This has now turned out to be quite a kind of a downtrodden neighborhood. Vehicles in the side yards, and a lot of Puerto Ricans, Afro-Americans, and now here we are at 4th and Cherry. There were several of the Honorato family that lived all around. There was about 7 brothers and sisters that all came from Italy. They lived probably within 3 or 4 square blocks of where we're filming now. All Rose's brothers and sisters. And Here we are at the railroad tracks. So they didn't have too far of a walk. They came to these railroad tracks and hopped on a train to head to California. They took the 9:38 train. And were never to be seen again. This is the Zucca Bakery, a very old bakery in town that I'm sure was frequented. This is a major Italian area. There was also several factories in the area, clothing factory, mostly clothing factories, I would say, but there were employed many of the Italians and the immigrants in that time. So they talked about factories. You would think they were large. They were fairly large for that time, but not by our standards today. We're coming up on another factory in the area. Our grandfather delivered goods for a man that owned a shoe factory, I think.
The street is...
And across the street is Romano's. This is where Virginia, Dad's sister, ended up coming back from Italy, and her husband Romano had this grocery store. From the stories they said, they worked day and night. The children worked in the store after school, and they delivered to the people across the street in the factories. They made meatball sandwiches. They made all kinds of stuff in there. Made a good living.
Sold soup and spaghetti sauce for the factory women.
Soup and spaghetti sauce for the factory women. Wait. Romano's and Son Groceries, Cold Cuts.
Otherwise no one's asked.
Yeah. This is East Boulevard. This is where the train took off, and they were headed to East Boulevard as the documents were. We are leaving now, a very successful genealogy trip to Vineland. Here with my co-producer, Elaine. We've had lots of fun.
Once again. The end of another chapter with my sister Janet. And as we go from generation to generation, family to family, I have only one thing to say. One is more beautiful than the next.
So this camera's just going to go by itself. So here we are in Vineland, New Jersey. It's August 1st, no, July 31st, 1989. Janet.
Hi, I'm here with Zia, Virginia.
Yeah.
Okay.
and I'm here too. And we have been spending all morning, we've worn out poor Aunt Virginia to tell us the stories. But, and we've met all of her nice family. So when we came to your house yesterday, you were telling us about the first thing that you remember. You said you remember being in the orphanage. Your mother died, and Maggie was told to keep the family together, but you and Elizabeth and the children had to go to the orphanage. Mm-hmm. But you said you remembered in the orphanage when you got adopted.
Yes. I'm a Virginia Romano. I'm always in an orphanage with my brother and sister. After the people from Marwan, New Jersey, are coming to find me adopted in an orphanage. Right. And my mother see me, she wanted me. My mother see me I got the chicken pox. I was sick.
Uh-huh.
And she afraid to take me home right away. I think I'm gonna die.
Uh-huh.
And she told Mother Superior, the nun, 'cause we like coming another time. The nun said, okay, now you give it the name, we put you in a list, and you come in the next week, the baby get bad, and you take a home with you, and we sign all of the paper, everything we gotta do.
Uh-huh. Now your mother wanted to adopt you because she had boys and she wanted a little girl.
Yeah. And my mother adopted me. She wanted to adopt me. She wanted a little girl because she got 3 boys.
Uh-huh. Oh, so she had 3 boys.
Yeah, 3.
Oh,
3
okay.
boys.
3 boys. Okay.
She got 3 boys. And a week after, she came to the orphanage again, back to take me. And the paper was ready made from the orphanage. And the orphanage was a Catholic orphanage.
Uh-huh.
And told me, Mr. Perazzi and their wife, we paper it's already, you just sign the paper, and you take the baby home.
Uh-huh.
And she did. My mother was happy, because it was okay, and she liked taking me home. And they take me home. My father, she was a conductor with the train, his job. And after we was in the station, he taken me, he was in the station with all the friends of my father.
Right.
She know my father because he travel every day with the train.
Sure.
And said, asking my father, said, Mr. Perazzi, what's the matter? I said, I went to the orphanage to adopt this baby. And the people, everybody said, oh, it's a beautiful baby, beautiful baby. And my mother wanted to come in an orphanage, take a clothes for me. She take pink clothes, and white shoes, the hat, and a little pocketbook. When we was in the station, the friend of my father opened the little pocketbook, and they put the dollar away, put the dollar over there, and yeah, I have money. And myself, I was a small girl, I was a baby.
Yeah.
And a small girl. I was over 3 years old.
About 3 years,
yeah.
Okay.
And said, I got money. And my mom said, okay, we buy something for you. And then we went. We went in a train, and we went to Marouane. After this, I don't tell you. We went to Marouane, and my mother take care of me.
Okay.
Take care of me and everything. But my mother and father, she got to sign a paper or once a week or once a month come and see me from the orphanage. He's sending the people see me, take care of me good.
Oh, to make sure that you were being taken care of.
Yeah.
Oh, they came to check up on you.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Oh,
the people from the orphanage.
People from the orphanage.
Coming almost 6 months.
Oh, for 6 months they checked on you.
Check. Everything was okay, and never bothered my family anymore.
Oh, interesting. What kind of that was an orphanage run by nuns? Do you know what kind of nuns they were? What order of nuns they were?
Catholic.
Catholic.
Catholic nun.
Catholic nuns, yeah.
Catholic nun.
Yeah.
He was the orphanage. Was a Catholic.
Right.
And it was an Italian orphanage, you said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was Italian orphanage and the Catholic.
Right.
What was the name of the orphanage?
No, I don't remember.
No.
It was in Hopewell.
Yeah, in Upland.
Hopewell.
It was in Upland of Jersey.
Okay.
It was in Jersey.
Okay.
And that's it.
Hopewell, New Jersey, and then so then you lived with, and the family that adopted you was the Perazzis.
Yeah, a Portempo, a Marouane.
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 Okay.
After the few years, I was in 4 years old. In 4 years, not finished 4 years. My mother and father wanted to take a trip in Italy, visit the family. And we went, all family, the 3 boys and me. And we went to visit both of the family, the one and the other one. And we went to the house of the uncle. We got 2, 3 uncles. And then we went to live over there. We went to live over there, and we got to stay a little while. After the time ago we was over there, the America was at the water.
Right, World War One.
A big shot in the paper. I said, everybody paying attention, read the paper. who see that in America, they got all half of paper, all full of paper, go back. Who no got nothing, it's closed. We never go back. And my father, that time you go back and forth.
Oh.
Back and forth, my father no got nothing.
Oh.
And we stuck.
So you're stuck.
We
He
stuck.
has no papers.
No, we stuck. After my father said, I got money, I got to do something. He buy a piece of property and build a home. We can stay with the brother all the time.
Sure.
We stay 6 months.
Right.
He built a beautiful 2 home and 2 big room, 2 big thing. Use Italy, you know.
Yeah.
And he went and live over there. Yeah.
And how long did you stay? And you so your whole life you lived in Italy,
Yeah.
or most of your life?
Yeah. And
Until what age? Until how old were you when?
And after I grew up, the brother grew up, and who the machine is closed.
You don't want to say this on the machine. Yeah. Okay.
21.
Right.
And when the fine happened, my daughter Angela, the first baby, she was maybe.
But when you went to get married in Italy, and you had to get your birth certificate.
Yeah.
And you didn't have a birth certificate because then your parents had to tell you you were adopted, right? In Italy.
No. I don't got it because the Catholic America, Italian, that's like America. You got to have a certificate of birth, where you born and where you from.
Right.
Yeah. I don't got that.
You don't have that. So what happened?
I don't know. I don't know. He got it, wanted the baptize.
The baptism, yeah.
He wanted the baptism.
Okay.
Yeah, but I got a fede nasce, the but he wanted the church.
He wanted the church.
The church with the stamp of the church.
Right.
And I got the one with the stamp of the orphanage.
Right, and the stamp of the orphanage, so that won't do.
And she no one to do.
Right.
I said, who told you she come to the church of the Catholic orphanage? I said, my father and my husband said, we got a paper.
Yeah.
And they said, no use. No use. My husband was so mad. I said, I think I got to marry your sister. I said, I lost the temper. I said, I lost the temper. And, let me see.
So then,
so you didn't have the right papers.
Yeah, not got to write the paper.
So how did you get the right papers?
And we send, let me see what happened.
So let me ask
we got to send a letter. I think my half brother. My half brother, I think, sent the letter. Okay, we got to have the certificate of the church.
Right.
So he sent this letter to the orphanage saying we need the proper papers.
And he sent the paper from the church.
Right.
The church
to the church.
Marijuana or whatever.
Right.
And went through, and that's it.
Okay. So then Maggie, who was told when she was little by your mother, keep the family together.
Yes.
All the time in America, while you were in Italy, Maggie was looking for the children of the family to get them together.
Let me see. Close the machine a minute.
Okay.
I said, Margarita, I want to tell you, you put your brother and sister all together.
All together.
And give a high horn.
Right.
That's it. And don't lose the family.
Don't lose the family.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
So the way that Maggie was able to find you, she went to the orphanage and said to this superior sister, "What happened to my sisters who were in the orphanage?" And the nun said, I can't tell you that. I made a promise. All I can tell you is she's gone out of the country. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nun?
Yeah. So
go ahead. Tell us about the nun.
Yeah. And the biggest sister, she was in an orphanage. After no find me. A few days and no see me in orphanage.
Right.
He telling the nun, the mother Sapira said, "Where's my sister? Where's my sister?" And Mother Sapira said, "I'm sorry." I said, "Somebody come and adopt your sister." And I said, where's taking my sister? And Mother Sapira, I said, "We can't tell nobody when we somebody adopted the child,
Right.
we tell nobody where that child gone.
Right.
And nobody knows what I was.
Right.
And my sister still go, the other my brother sister, a
Right.
little bit of time to get out of the
Right.
orphanage,
Right.
and the family would take one a little bit, would
Right.
take another one,
Right.
would take another one, soon they grow up in a little bit more.
Sure.
And in Maggie, she was a good friend with the nun, the Mother Superior, the place.
Right.
And they said, why don't you tell me who's my sister? Who adopted my sister? I said, well, you're not allowed to tell the people that adopted the child and what he taken and what you know.
Right.
You're not supposed to do. My sister left it again. I left it again. After she heard that Mother Superior was sick, and she went back. She went back, and maybe somebody here from the nun. I said, you tell I'm dying. I said, tell her Miss Nalka. No, tell her tell that girl, Alessandra.
Right.
Alessandra, she can find the sister in this country. She went out of the country. And that's why my sister not go back anymore. And not find me anymore. But my sister got her eyes open all time to find me. But she never find.
Yeah.
And the clothes, I was 20, 21, I get married. And my sister still away every truck. After she telling her, I got two brothers, a Marwan, and was an F brother. And my sister, she went her husband and a friend to find my F brother. Definitely, she find.
Oh.
She find.
Okay.
After she find, she got the name, John Perez, Dominica Perez, and said, we coming over there, you got to call us, talk straight with us. Your mother, father, went in the other country. He said, yeah. He said, he's taking you got a little sister. You taking her with. I said, yeah, she was adopted the sister. And she went on a trip. She went on for nothing. He went on a trip. After that time, closing who Ciudad in America come back, who no Ciudad in America no come back. My father adopted me and my mother. No got any Ciudad in a paper, and we block, and we say neither even ever.
Yeah.
That's it.
So that's it.
Now, after I get married, and my sister with talk with my half brother.
Right.
She give the address. We live in Napoli.
Oh, you're in Napoli now.
In Napoli. In Napoli. And then my sister, he give the address of the Perazzi.
Oh, I see.
And we started have a letter.
Oh, letters back and forth. Letters back and forth.
And your sister got this address from your half brother in Romano.
From half brother Marwan.
So he gave her the address.
Yeah.
Okay. So then you got a letter from
after she said, your sister, my sister is married. My sister is married.
Yeah.
And this is the address, my sister and the husband.
Right.
And
then you started writing.
You try best what I can do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then she wrote to you and you kept writing back and forth.
And my husband, I said, English. I said, what I got to read? I know, I can read a few words. I said, this is your sister that's writing the letter. I said, who's the letter?
Yeah.
And says, your sister from America.
I don't have a sister.
And after they find this letter, you did the program. The program you got from Dominic. Lisa. She said, yes, she found, what is it? Let me see, right here next up. My husband went. My husband went to see a woman could write and talk English.
Right.
And they went and take the lead.
And
I said, I can't. She was in like in a family. And said, you got to read me good this lead. This is English.
Yeah.
She did. I said, yeah, this is English. this is a sister, your wife. All the family, the sister. Okay, you want information about the sister. She don't want nothing. I said, just talk. I said, all right. And now that she transferred the letter, English,
from English to the Italian.
And it sent the information English over there and give Italian my husband.
Right.
And she sent the letter, Maggie. And Maggie had to send the letter once in a while. And she says, she good condition and everything. Got a children that time. I got one daughter. I said, but one thing, she not talking English. Not talking English. I said, one person got to do that job for us.
Right.
And half of the once in a while we got a letter. She sent some a package.
Right.
Used to send a package of clothes and stuff like that, you know.
Right.
I said, what do you know? You can give away. It wasn't no clothes, good clothes, you know. And that's it. And we keep going, and we know we got a family in here.
Okay. So you kept the correspondence for many years.
With the letter.
Okay.
With the letter. After the few years, you close a minute. After the little while, we think about it, and the whole family, well, we try to come in this country. And we come in this country, I don't know. I don't remember the year.
1950.
1950.
And later on,
How did you get to America? On a boat?
yes.
Where did you leave from?
Napoli.
From Napoli?
The boat was named Nelassa. Nelassa. The boat.
Ne Alaska?
Yeah, no Alaska. Nelassa. Lassa. With the S.
Okay.
And we coming with the boat. And we ride to my sister. And all the family was we went to Auckland with the boat.
To Auckland.
Auckland. And all of my family was over there.
Did they meet you at the boat, the whole family?
Oh, yeah. Dominic, Marie, everybody.
Everybody was there to meet you at the boat.
All of my family was in Auckland that night, the snow like that on the ground. It was a march.
It was a march.
It was in a march. It was snow, ice.
Snow and ice.
Yeah. And so all of my family was over there. And we got the reunion family after I left in Italy after 32 years.
32
years.
So tell us when the boat docked and all your family was down waiting on the dock.
Yeah.
And then you walked off with you and your husband, right?
Yeah, no, me and my husband. Because my husband, close the machine a minute. Oh, okay. That's why I tell you that story.
Fine.
I want to tell you.
So just tell us about, coming off the boat and everybody.
Did you recognize your sister when you were walking off the boat?
I'm not recognizing her.
You didn't recognize. Did she recognize you?
She recognized me.
And she's.
I recognize her for me. My weak kiss. That one of them. I'm a Margarita, your sister. I'm
Antoinette.
I'm Antoinette, your sister. I'm your brother Dominic. I'm your brother Frank. That's all the family. And that's all. After a little bit of time, everybody's playing who is, who knows. That the family was in a boat. The whole family was over there.
Yeah.
So you got off the boat and then you all went back and
Vineland. That's you want to tell them.
Okay.
Yeah. And after so many days in a boat, we say 15 days.
15 days.
After 15 days, you reach Auckland. Together, family,
right?
And we step the boat, and over there with all the family, all the family, brother, sister, can never see my life.
Right.
You can never see.
Right.
I never see my life. After 32 years, I see my family. Yeah, I was happy. And then we started work. We got a little room about a while. We started work, and we ran them up a bit, and we went ourselves.
Right.
That's all.
So, and then your husband had a very successful grocery store in Vineland. You worked hard.
Yes.
You owned a grocery store.
For 30 years.
For 30 years.
I said we was in Vineland, me, my husband, and Vineland.
Right.
Yeah. Vineland. For 30 years in the business, my husband went to school, English for learn, and after they learn, We went in a luncheonette. We got luncheonette. It's from a grocery, and we work out together.
Right.
And the kids were in a Catholic school.
Right.
And they learning. And we work in a luncheonette for 30 years.
So very successful family.
And we make a living. We don't get rich, but we make a living.
Right.
Yeah, I got my son, Dominic. He was educated at the best college in America, Senior University. My daughter my daughter Dominic was in a Catholic school, graduated Catholic school, and when after the finishing the grade, when graduated 6th grade, 8th grade, after go to Saint in the Catholic school, graduate. And after Dominic went to college, my daughter went to college, and the little one he started. After 2 years ago, he was young. Was the young one. Was 5 years old. At the time, he got to go. The kid 70 years old at school. You know, and they said the whole story. So and we was in this country. We work hard, and me and my husband were so happy in this country. We got my children a good condition, and my son Dominic is a public account. My daughter graduated from Glasgow College, and she's going to teach. And the little one, he went to college, he went to work for us in a business. And today, he got a good job. He works with the state in New Jersey. It's supervisor, the prison, and the cook, the kitchen.
Right.
And we happy all the family all together.
Okay. Now, go ahead.
Yeah. I'm just thinking.
Well, what I wanted to ask Virginia is, so tell us a little bit about when you found out that we contacted you. I mean, who told you about your father? You know, when we were corresponding with Dominic, your oldest son, he knew all the information. How did they tell you?
Who?
Your son Dominic.
Yeah.
You know, when we corresponded from America and said, we're the granddaughters of Marcello, your mother's husband, we wanted to have you tell us the story about who told you about us in California. Did Dominic tell you, or wasn't it Deanna?
No, Dominic told me. You started calling Dominic.
Right.
The paper, you went in Lee,
right.
You went to Salandra, and you find the family in Marcello, D'Alessandro.
Right.
I was at D'Alessandro.
Right.
And coming in this country, I find some of my family, but I don't find my mother, father.
Right.
Okay, I don't find my mother, father. I remember I find some in my hand.
Right.
Some disappear and some die, and I don't know too much of the D'Alessandro family.
Yeah. You just knew that your father disappeared.
That's all.
Yeah.
That's all I know.
Okay.
So, well, we're so happy we found you, because now you found another family. Now you have 3 families.
Yeah. I got 2, and I got a part of the 3 family.
Yeah.
I said, and now I'm a 3 family. I got a Perazza family, the Alessandro family, and the granddaughter and my father.
Right.
Yeah. That's it.
So that's good.
I'm happy because she fine house, and we conducted with the people. My son Dominic and 2 girls, 2 sisters, conducting with us. And in fact, today coming to visit the house. And we are total family.
You're the 3rd family.
That's the truth.
Okay. Thank
that's
you,
great.
Zia Virginia.
Man, I'm a lot happy. I remember all of that things.
Thank you. Remembered everything. You're the key.
Yeah.
You gave us a lot of
I remember
answers.
everything. Now, what do you do with all that story?